He simply stated, I realize that you're single, but tell me what would I benefit from having you as my woman? Now, outside of the basics like, oh, I look nice, I can cook, I work, I didn't have nothing else to offer. And the reason I realized that I didn't is because I got to thinking about myself. And all I've been doing for so many years is just working and taking care of kids. So I made this video because today I realized that I don't have anything to offer a man outside of good look.
Hey guys, welcome back to Gets It Out. Now today I have a video from you from Horizon Dating. This one is titled Modern Women Are Furious as they realize they can't stop MGTOW. Of course not. All right guys, let's get right into it. Without further ado, let's do it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
But now, all my friends have noticed that the man has stopped making the first move. All my girlfriends are like, they're waiting. It's the third date, fourth date, a week later. He hasn't gone in for the kiss. He doesn't do any touching or anything.
I just don't know what's going to happen. And I'm worried that and all my friends, and we're all going to end up single.
I realized today that I have nothing to offer a man. Nothing. And I feel like it took me 32 years to realize it, because I just found that out today. So I was today years old when I realized it. And then it took me a lot of pride swallowing to be able to admit it. I'm going to tell you why I feel the way I feel. This is not based off anyone else. This is only based off myself. But I just wanted to share it just in case it may help somebody else. I feel like I don't have anything to offer to a man because a man asked me what I had to offer him. And it was the way he asked that made me realize that I don't. He simply stated, I realize that you're single, but tell me what would I benefit from having you as my woman? Now, outside of the basics like, oh, I look nice, I can cook, I work, I didn't have nothing else to offer. And the reason I realized that I didn't is because I got to thinking about myself. And all I've been doing for so many years is just working and taking care of kids. I don't know necessarily what I'm into. So there goes hobbies. I'm not necessarily sure my feminine level of energy because majority of my relationships, I wore the pants. So how can you, as a woman, offer to be
Hand claps to this woman. Now, a lot of women offer nothing. She realizes it, and that's the first step to being reasonable, the first step to being agreeable, the first step. You bring those things right there alone, you bring them a lot more than other women.
A woman to a man if you've never fully been a woman. I am a woman because I'm a female, but I'm talking about actually be a woman, to a man. I've never experienced that, so I don't know what that feels like. So I can't honestly say that I have anything to offer as far as a woman outside of just being a woman. So that means all I really do have to offer is simplicity because I'm a woman and we have one. That's really not enough. I can't honestly say I can offer you a nurturing environment because I'm too frustrated about the children that I have and the lack of help that I have with them. Wow. So it's I can't necessarily be so nurturing to you when I'm frustrated at the amount of nurturing that I'm already doing. So therefore, I know I can't offer you that. I can offer cooking for you, but then to me, it comes at a price because if you're coming and you're sitting and you're eating my food and you're not providing any of it, I'm a feel away. So now I'm offering you bitterness. That's not anything a man wants. Why would you want a bitter female? Well, I'm bitter because of my own merits. So it's not your job to fix the bitterness. It's my job to fix. As much as I want a man to come to me ready, able to provide, work, and handle himself, I think that me as a female, I need to have my emotions in check because if a man wants peace, I don't have any because I'm frustrated. I'm bitter, I'm emotional, I'm upset. So I made this video because today I realized that I don't have anything to offer a man outside of good look.
And it's funny, she realized this. And that's the number one reason why guys don't date women with kids. She told you why. I'm frustrated. I want someone to help me with these kids. Keep talking, sister.
And I learned that I don't want a man for just his looks. So how can I be so selfish and only offer a bare minimum and expect so much? That is some unfair. Now,
Wow.
I don't know about all these other females. Other females may not agree or even feel the way I feel. But I know me. I know the man that I'm looking for and wanting. I'm not even half of him.
The good men, where are they? I keep seeing that video. They're hiding. All of your videos of, screaming and saying how much you hate men and your icks because I don't know they breathe. They just decided they're going to be hiding for a while. They're done. They're taking a vacation from women. They're probably at home. If they're not at work, they're at home. And they're just watching TikToks of women horrified, being very, very happy that they made their choice to just be single and choose peace over crazy toxicity. Mm-hmm. Oh, and where are the good women? They're at home too. Yeah, they're at home looking like this. And all the other girls, they're out at the club, they're at the bar, dating the same 6'3" guy that's probably texting all of them. He has multiple girlfriends, and all the good people, we're at home on Reddit, probably going down a deep rabbit hole we shouldn't, scaring ourselves about the world, and just scrolling through our phones looking like this.
Just wish boys would think. Just think for a second.
We do. That's why you have a ceiling fan above you, because a man thought about it and invented it. And these LED strip lights, a man thought of that. Oh, and your AC unit, a man thought of that. Your Wolverine nails, a man thought of that too. Come to think of it, a man thought of everything that you use on a daily basis. Dang, that's tough.
Emotional damage. That wasn't just a roast, that was a homicide.
What is it with men these days and not wanting to date? Do you guys have a fear of commitment? Is it the woman these days? Does it have anything to do with spending money on women? Does it have anything to do with trust issues?
Yes.
Maybe dating apps? Maybe you feel like there are endless options in terms of significant others?
Endless options for women, not for men.
So I went to a singles event, and when I got there, it was literally 90% women. And I was like, I'm going to go now.
I don't know what I find funnier as more and more women are making these videos. The fact that they're finally figuring out that men are done. They're walking away from dating. They're walking away from relationships in marriage. They don't want anything to do with women anymore. Or the fact that today's modern women can't seem to understand that they are the reason why men are walking away from dating, relationships, and marriage. Well, ladies, to quote someone from a long, long time ago, let me explain it to you, Lucy. And I'm doing so knowing full well it's a complete and utter waste of time because 99% of the women that watch this are going to fall into one of two camps. The ones that will not take any accountability or responsibility and will immediately jump in the comments to deny that this is the reality. Mm-hmm. Or the other ones who can't deal with the aforementioned reality and accountability that they do need to take, and therefore will shut themselves down rather than have to listen to it. But for that 1% that might actually listen, here's the reality for y'all. For years now, you've all run around saying you don't want men, you don't need men, you just want them to leave you alone. And if you didn't say it, you allowed other women to say it for you and never told them to stop. You allowed those women to speak for you and to tell men to go away, which is exactly what men are doing. Yet you're all sitting here shocked that men are actually doing what you asked because you've all convinced each other that men don't listen to you, when in fact, we do. We hear you loud and clear. And yet here you are wondering why there's no men at these dating events. I mean, really? Then, of course, there's the never-ending ridiculous demands. Oh, sorry. Higher standards you've all come up with, where you expect men to be perfect, where you'll deride them for being less than 6 feet tall or making less than six figures, even though the overwhelming majority of men fall into one or both of those camps. Mm-hmm. And don't even get me started on these six-pack abs and 6-inch you-know-what, which you all demand men have, but when men hold you to similar criteria, you scream it's not fair, it's body shaming. I'm sorry to tell you, ladies, but contrary to the belief you all have, we're not dumb. We see and hear what you're saying. We see it for the double standards and utter hypocrisy that it is, and we're not going to deal with it. But hey, you can keep chasing those perfect 10s, the less than 5% of guys that actually meet all those criteria, even though the reality is for most of you, you don't stand a chance of getting one of those guys because they could have any woman they want, and they're not going to settle for an average woman, which is what most of you are. Just like most men are average also. And just like you've rejected all those average men as not worthy enough, well, I hate to break it to you, they're now rejecting you because you're not worthy enough. The difference being that unlike women rejecting men for superficial things like not having six-pack abs or being 6 foot tall or making six-figure income, men are rejecting the average woman because they've become so toxic, so ridiculous with their demands, so utterly narcissistic that it's simply not worth engaging with them. Ladies, you need to look in the mirror and ask yourselves a serious question. Why? As in, why would you think men would want anything to do with you, would want to be anywhere near you, let alone go on dates or be in relationships with you? Why would you think we'd want to put up with that toxic behavior? And before you all go screaming, it's not fair to label us all that way, remember the other thing that I haven't brought up yet, but I will now. The whole Me Too movement, the one where you scream to the high heavens, it's all men till it's no men, or that every man should be.
That's the thing, man. This is happening, and video after video complaining. Like, I was on TikTok, I must have seen 50 videos to 100. And then I see videos after videos on other people's channels. It's just nonstop, the complaining. And you asked for this. You all asked for it.
Is soon to be bad until he proves himself to be good. Well, ladies, guess what? The reverse is true too. It's all women till it's no women. And as for women proving themselves to be good, not bad, well, we'll get back to you when we actually find one like that. The reality of the world is today's women have made it completely unsafe for men to be anywhere near them. The risk of a false allegation of harassment or worse is simply too great. And while you all love to scream that they're rare, the reality is it happens by the millions every single year, and men know it. This is especially true at things like dating events, because it's every bit as likely for a man that you're going to turn around and claim he's harassing you, or that you'll mock him, humiliate him, even go so far as making videos about him because you find it amusing that he actually thought he might have a chance with you when he's not even in your league, which is hilarious since most of the women who do these things aren't in any man's league, which is why later on in life, they end up making videos demeaning men and putting them down because they've ended up broke, bitter, and alone. And they want to encourage as many women to join them in their misery. So I hope you all truly are strong and independent because that's your future. It's why I've already invested in companies that make things like cat food and boxed wine, and why I'm already seeing a huge return on my investment. And it's only going to get better. So you're going to have to be strong and independent because you're not going to have that partner in life who will support you. It wasn't men's idea. It was yours. Y'all made your bed. Now you're going to get to lie in it alone.
Yeah, guys, that was the video from Horizon Dating, and it's wild. Women are really starting to realize, and I've said it probably 1,000 times, 2030 is happening sooner than later. Women are getting lonely. I know you all are standing around to watch the riot, and the beautiful thing about it, and someone else mentioned this, and it's so true, the manosphere has created a way to show men of all ages to where a boy that's 12, 13 years old can watch this, understand the state of the modern woman, and then he can go out and he'll see these things happening from younger girls as well. This starts from the age of like 13, 14, a woman having their head, I'm the best woman I could be. All of the female songs out there, not anymore as much, but they're still there. You got people like Billie Eilish doing it. It's wild. And now this is giving men something to hear and understand. This is why that's happening. And that's great. I think it's a great time in history. But yeah, guys, thank y'all for watching. Now, also, guys, I know that you guys have been watching. If you like my content, you think it's great content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Do me that favor and subscribe. It costs you nothing to subscribe. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Also, go check out Horizon Dating. He made some good content as well. But thank y'all. See y'all next video. Peace.
Baby, you give me